I love how the indicators to know where fucking fire is easier to see than enemies. And the fire is right in front of me, visibly without the indicator.
I got disconnected.
Oh, you did?
Yeah.
Dude! Turn off the sweatiness, brother. Come on.
Dude, that's just terrible audio. Like, these guys climb up right next to me. I can't even hear them. Like, you'll see this. They're sprinting, sprinting, sprinting. Don't hear any of this. Don't hear it. Don't hear that. Like,
I don't know, if they don't fix some of this shit, it's like,
I can't
why the
hear
fuck would I play this game?
Granada va.
Sean,
Yeah?
the Mikeser just called me on my cell phone.
What?
Mikeser just called me on my cell phone.
How did I call you on your phone?
He told me he was going to be investing $100 into the Vault Edition for this game because he loves it.
No fucking
No, I did not. I did not just say that.
Well, who just called me? And it said it was your number.
No way.
I don't get it. Mikester said, let's see. He left me a voicemail too because I didn't pick up 2 minutes ago. He said, if you think this game is terrible, you're out of your mind. That's what he said.
Oh, I think I just got disconnected too.
Oh, okay, gang. We're gonna play this beta. This is Ground War on the PC, and just kind of see how it feels compared to the crap show we had with MW2. MW2, Ground War maps were just a fail, if anything. There's no flow to the maps that were in MW2. The map, like every building that you were in had a floor to it and had an unreasonable amount of floors, like 14 floors, and every floor you can get into and do stuff in. Too many tanks, too many choppers. Although I did like the redeploy chopper. That was, I think that was a good touch to the game. I think the other biggest problem with MW2, well, of course, skill-based matchmaking is absurd. It makes the core game modes so much more unfun to play and just makes you unwilling to play them, which is personally why I've stuck with Ground War over the years that I've played the new COD games, because there's not skill-based matchmaking in these game modes. The other big problem with MW2, the movement just felt so clunky, obviously. You know, I think slide canceling was a big part of the game mode in the original MW that made it so loved, because it puts a skill gap in there. If you know how to use the movement perfectly, then you can outgun the players by using movement. And in this game, I think they're trying to counter that. They're giving everyone 150 health, making it more reasonable towards, you know, the better your aim is and the better shots that you have, the more simple it is for you to win fights. I think the other big problem with MW2, this has been a problem ever since MW1 2019. The audio is just horrific in the games. You know, the players are walking, sprinting, like directly behind you without having dead silence, and you just can't hear them, which is one reason why I've stopped playing this game more religiously, is because I just can't do it. I can't do it, and I can't hear the players. Like the person that was just trying to shoot on the stairs, I didn't hear him on the stairs. I saw him. He's running up and down the stairs. I didn't hear that. First impressions, I'm playing this on the PC. PC, it's fine. It's not terrible. This map, I think, is freaking massive. Just plays a little slow in that regard. I think this game is okay. I'm gonna give it an okay rating. I think it's okay. I don't think it's anything spectacular. I like to put games up to the standard right now, MW 2019, because of how much of a success I thought that was. I think it was a game that just saved Call of Duty temporarily. But now we're faced with this issue where players are just kind of getting sick and tired of the same stuff over and over again. Which I could see the rationale behind that. Like, this game is, it's all remastered MW2 maps and it's costing $70. You know, at least when I play a new Call of Duty game, I want something new, and it doesn't feel new. You know, we already know what we're getting with those maps. We know how they feel. We know how they play. I guess we're just getting a new movement system. We're getting some new game modes that were never introduced on those maps. The biggest example is like Hardpoint. We never had a Hardpoint back in the old MW2 days. So I don't know. If I decide to invest in this game, I'd be curious to see too how it feels and plays with those other game modes. So far, this one's fine. It's not anything spectacular. I think if there was a map that was spectacular, Karst River Quarry was impeccable, in my opinion. Perfect size, tailored to all play styles. If you wanted to flank, you could flank. If you wanted to play tanks, you could play tanks, and it was just balanced overall. Not to mention Warzone. After watching the beta gameplay of Warzone, I just felt like it also wasn't anything new. It didn't look like anything spectacular. It looked just kind of like a reskin. I wasn't overall very impressed with it. So it looks like they didn't do a ton of work with improving the shadows. This was the biggest problem in the weekend 1 of this beta, was that the shadows were just horrific to look at. Like, enemies are like invisible because of how dark their armor is and all that stuff. And it looks like they didn't do a ton to try and improve that, so kind of an L on their part for beginning of weekend 2 of the beta. What is it, less than 2 minutes now? That Scovage matchmaking is in the game right now. It's really absurd. I wish they didn't do this. I wish this was something that was left out. I have no audio. Like, I can't hear. Like, movement feels really nice though. I like the way slide canceling works in this game. I wish it reset your tac sprint kind of like it did in the original. Oh god. The tactical sliding with the aiming, I think, is really nice. Yeah, I need to try and get one of those tactical slide kills. I think it's awesome. Probably the coolest part about this game, honestly. Another cool part, flashbang. So, for example, if I throw this flashbang and I turn away from it, I love it. Just like the Valorant rules, this was one of the biggest problems in MW2, was that if I'm looking at a flashbang, obviously it flashes me, but if I'm looking away from it, Valorant rules, you still get flashed like big time, and there's nothing you can do to avoid it. And there's sometimes there were flashes that were, you know, behind trucks and stuff that were impossible to avoid, and there's nothing you can do about that. New carry forward thing that's coming with Call of Duty, where they're bringing back old skins that you had from MW2. You know, all like the Nicki Minaj skins, the Snoop Dogg skins, all that crazy stuff is going to be in this game. So, you know, how is that going to affect the visibility in this game? Is going to make it probably better, because a lot of those skins are just super bright and you can barely see anything. Sliding does feel really nice, I will say, and the tactical aiming. And you can toggle this, I think, too. Yeah, if I press E, I can toggle this to make it my primary. So I'm trying to like clear a corner or something like this, so yeah, I can aim. So game's fine. Biggest deterrent out of this game is 100% going to be, I'm speaking strictly here on the core game modes. The biggest deterrent here is absolutely going to be the skill-based matchmaking. I think it's absolutely horrendous. Definitely something that should not be in a core style game mode. If you want to go play competitive, go play competitive, but keep the skill-based matchmaking out of, you know, out of lobbies where you're just trying to have a fun time and do whatever. Because got competitive, I had some fun, but it was just so sweaty for a while with some of those players in there. I think the tactical sliding is an awesome touch to the game, especially for these smaller style maps and any of those close quarter fights. If you need to try and get a slide on someone, but also shooting while you're sliding, trying to get the outplay with the movement I think is great. Dolphin diving is back, so if you need to get to cover, you can do that. I think that's an awesome touch once again that they brought back from MW2. I think another thing they need to improve on is the shadowing and the nameplates. You know, I can't see these enemies with the, you know, from super far away or in dark spaces. Granted, all these, you know, all the skins in here and all the armor and all the stuff they're wearing are really dark to begin with, so seeing people in those darker spaces is hard. But also at longer ranges, seeing enemy nameplates for identifying who's an enemy and who's not, I think is really hard. I think from last week they changed where some teammates, they wouldn't show their allied nameplate above their head. They wouldn't have like that blue dot, so there would be instances where a teammate would be running next to me or something, and I'd think this teammate was an enemy, and I'd start shooting at him. And I think they fixed it this week, which is nice, and I think they should continue to work on that and improve that moving forward. But overall, I think this game is going to be fine. It's not an over-the-top game where I'm like, you should absolutely spend $70, but if you have $70 lying around, if you want to play a game with your friends, which I might be playing with some of the P4 members, I think this is a game that we can have a lot of fun with. I hope to not go super sweaty because I save all that stuff for my time on Valorant. So overall, pretty fun game to start off with. Rust is great. The maps look great. A couple things here and there that I think are some deterrents for me investing $70 in this game. But who knows? Maybe for the rest of the P4 members hop on board, we can all invest and play this game casually. So, but thanks for watching, guys. Appreciate it, and I'll catch you soon. Bye.